Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Tuesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, March 13th, 2019. It is day one. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, please consider the word honesty. That's the character trait we are highlighting all this month of March. Think about what it means to you, what it looks like in your life, what it should look like among your friends. And when you have made a poor decision, what should it look like? Um, as I have been reminding you all this month, honesty and telling the truth is one of the easiest things to do. And yet, if you have made a poor decision and if you've made a mistake, and we all trip up at times, and we're called to the carpet and we're asked about it, honesty and telling the truth can sometimes be one of the hardest things to do. But it is a mark of bravery, right? Of courage. It doesn't matter who you are, but we all have that ability to be brave and to be honest and own up. Now, something else about honesty I should mention. If you truly are honest about making a mistake, then when you are challenged to do better next time, to fix that mistake, you would do it seriously. So I encourage you to take that next step. When you're honest, when you've made a mistake, and when you're asked about what you're going to do next about it, make that resolution, that resolve, that decision to do the right thing and fix it. Also, many of you guys are participating in the Mindful March Kindness Challenge. Many of you guys might have noticed I came in a little bit late yesterday. And as I was driving into the school, it was actually a sunny day. It was beautiful. And through the glass of my car, I could feel the warmth of the sun. Don't forget, the Kindness Challenge yesterday was to feel the cool breeze or the warmth of the sun on your face. And as I felt the warmth of the sun shining through the glass of the window of my car, I thought about that Kindness Challenge. So hopefully you had an opportunity if you went outside. Some of you guys did get to go outside for recess. To really soak in the beautiful weather and the sun and to really savor that sensation. As you know, we have a new kindness challenge for today, and I will share that with you at the end of our morning announcements. But for now, just a quick reminder of our three expectations. Number one, be respectful. Number two, show that you are ready to learn. And number three, show that you are responsible. Be respectful, responsible, and show that you are ready to learn. Again, use your imagination. Think about what it looks like in your classroom. What does it look like when nobody else is looking? What respect and responsibility and readiness look like? Also, think about what it means in all the other settings that you might find yourself in life, or even just the day, in the cafeteria, in specials, in the hallway, on the bus. Think about what respect and responsibility and readiness should look like. Also, our B-Bucks Cafeteria Challenge is still in effect. Yet again, for another day, we haven't had a change in the lead. We have Miss Frederick's class still tied in first place with Miss Yeiser's class. We have Miss Eshelman's class in a strong second place position. And we still have that three-way tie between Miss McDonald, Miss Ogrechek, and Miss Booth's class in the third place position. And also in the fourth and fifth place position, we have a couple other classes closing in on that gap. So again, we haven't seen much movement. We've been kind of stuck in a couple of standings for a little bit here and there as of late. Can't wait to see who pulls out the final victory. In the end, it comes down to your decision. Do you want it that much? I can't wait to have lunch with you. Okay. If you are already seated on the floor, I encourage you and invite you to assume a comfortable position. As you know now, you don't have to be seated on the floor. You can be laying down, you can stand, or you can sit at a chair. Don't be too relaxed and too slouched, as if you weren't aware of your surrounding, but also don't be too rigid so that you're overly focused. Assume a comfortable position, and once you are in a good place, you can close your eyes, as I am doing, if it feels right to you. Now, if you don't want to close your eyes, that is absolutely okay. All you have to do is take up on the invitation perhaps to simply soften your gaze and look elsewhere, focus in on a point in the classroom or on the floor. And at this moment, let's take our customary breath in through our nose and out through our mouths. Study the quality of that first breath. And if you're like me, that first breath can be a little bit better the second time around. So let's do this again, more intentionally and more purposefully. Breathe in through your nose and study that breath. Filling up your belly and then out through your mouth. So far, we've learned a number of mindful breathing techniques to help us focus into this here and now. Just a quick reminder, we have the flower and the candle. We have starfish breathing. We have simply the counting of our breaths. And if you might remember earlier, we have learned bunny breathing. Choose a technique that works for you. And you know it works for you if in the process of breathing, you can really study it without getting too distracted. And in the process of that breath and that technique, you have an invitation to notice your surrounding right now in this time, in this place. You may begin. Study every bit of your breath. Study the feelings of the inhale. Notice when the inhale stops and your breath begins to exhale. And as you get yourself into a natural rhythm with your breath, expand your awareness to the rest of your environment. Beyond the sensations of your breath, notice the sensations of your body. Notice how your body rests on the floor. And if you're sitting, perhaps how your feet have been pulled down, the weight of your feet have been pulled down by Earth's very gravity onto the floor that supports it. Notice the temperatures. The cool breath as you inhale and the warm breath as you exhale. Notice the sounds. And if your mind begins to wander and think about the activities that you might find and be a part of later today, just be kind and gently draw your attention back to the here and the now. Same thing with your thoughts about the past, even if that past was simply 5 minutes ago. Those moments of joy, those moments of happiness, those moments of sadness and anger, all of those, just study those feelings, but don't get too caught up in the past. Sit with your feelings, whether they're good or bad. In fact, don't even judge them as good or bad. Just simply sit with them. Invite those feelings in and get to know them. Allow those feelings to tell you what they need to tell you. And when those feelings have felt like they have told you what they need to say, they too will just dissipate and disappear. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. I invite you to listen to that chime and study the sound. And as the chime becomes softer and softer and you can't hear it anymore, you may slowly open your eyes and bring your awareness to the rest of the world around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. As I always do, I'm going to step out of the frame. You can face the flag, and we will recite the pledge together, after which I will come back and I will share with you our Mindful March Kindness Challenge for today. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great job, and thank you for joining me in this morning announcement, as well as the pledge, as well as a Mindful Minute. Here is your a Mindful March challenge for today. Stop. Breathe and just notice. That's it. That's your challenge. Stop, breathe, and notice, and then repeat it regularly throughout the day. This is mindfulness. This is what a mindful minute is. It doesn't have to be right now, like part of morning announcements. You don't have to be seated just as I am. You don't have to do it in the morning. Okay? Do you remember that exercise a few days ago or even last week where we studied the cotton ball? That's what I want you to do. It doesn't matter what environment you are in, whether it's a lunch in the cafeteria or maybe you're in PE class. For a moment, just stop. And, I invite you to just stop, breathe, soak in the present place and time, and just notice. Notice the scene. If you're leaving specials and you're walking in the hallway, notice the scenery. Stop and breathe and soak it in. So often our mind is so caught up with things that are coming up or things that have happened already, we forget to be present. So I encourage you to do that, to be present. Your teachers will be asking you about your plans to meet the challenge. I encourage you to challenge your teachers and ask them how they have met their challenge, because don't forget, mindfulness is good for us and we want it to be good for our teachers as well. And with that, let me set you off to this wonderful Wednesday and into the rest of this week with great anticipation. I can't wait to see you around. Have a wonderful day.